On behalf of the staff at my command and across the New South Wales Police Force, we'd like to wish you, your family and friends a blessed month of fasting. Ramadan Mubarak.
Good evening and welcome to Kehte, Sunte. I am your host, Taufeeq Ahmed Sheikh, and you have joined me on 89.3 2GLF FM. Our guest today is just in time for a very important event coming up. We have the holy month of Ramadan starting simply because we've just come out of COVID. It's been 2 years, a lot of patience and a lot of holding back from the community. As much as we are happy to celebrate it out in the open, there are certainly some things that we need to be mindful of. And I was certainly so fortunate that Superintendent Adam Johnson, Commander of Bankstown Police Area Command, agreed to have this conversation with us today and see how best we can make use of this month while we keep ourselves safe, but at the same time, don't let the COVID aftermath be a spoiler in our enjoyment. So, Commander Adam Johnson, thank you so much for joining our platform today and having this conversation. How are you doing today?
Oh, fantastic. Thanks, Taufeeq, for having me on the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Commander Adam has been in the police force for 32 years, so he does know what he's talking about. And recently, just under a year, he has joined the Bankstown Police Area Command. And before that, he was with the Auburn, so he is well aware of what culture and the ethos that we represent. So, Adam, thank you so much for joining us once again. And may I begin with this? You have been in the police force for 32 years. You worked in the Auburn Council. Before, I remember you mentioned that you also have been in the Bankstown Council before, Bankstown Area Command, and now you've come back as a commander there. What has been your experience as a police person managing this particular area, especially when it comes out to the culture, the festivities, and the colors we represent in this area? So please, your take on what your experience has been.
Yeah, thanks for that question. Look, I did work at Bankstown in the late 1990s. I was a detective then, and I've since been promoted up to the rank of commander. But what's been consistent, particularly with the Canterbury Bankstown, particularly the Bankstown area, is the cultural diversity. And that's what makes it such a good area, and even more so now, across even the southwestern Sydney, when I worked over in Auburn as well, like there's a large Turkish community over there, a large Korean community as well. Just, dealing with the community leaders and the good spirit, the goodwill of the area is fantastic. And I don't think it's ever really been stronger. I know we went through a difficult period recently with COVID. We've come out of that reasonably strongly. And the message is that the police in Bankstown are very hardworking, very committed to the community, and we're there to help and assist you.
Sure, and thank you. I have at one stage been a resident in the Bankstown Council area for the longest time, and I exactly understand what you're saying. That begs me a question here. Certainly around the Ramadan, the focus becomes Bankstown, Auburn, Lakemba. These are your focal points, and Lakemba topping the chart there. Sometimes I have found difficulties in convincing people who don't live in these areas to come and enjoy. And every time they step in, the vibrancy and the colors and the food that comes in, this suddenly changes your mind. Have you noticed that? And what have we done around the Bankstown and the Lakemba or the Auburn area to change that over a period of years?
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually going to mention before the food in this part of Sydney is fantastic as well. But look, we as police, I work in very closely with the council as well and the local mayor, which is Carl Asfor in Canterbury. I'm also the local emergency operations controller. So I work across both the Bankstown and Campsie areas. And yeah, Ramadan is central, it's across Sydney, it's across New South Wales, but we've got a large Middle Eastern and Muslim community in these areas. And that's why, the vibrancy is really sort of concentrated in Bankstown to maybe a little lesser degree over in Auburn. Of course, we've got the Gallipoli Mosque over there, and they're fantastic people that run the mosque there, and also specifically over there at Campsie, a lot of activity. So yeah, my suggestion is come over and enjoy the festivities. You'll be well supported.
Oh, thank you for that. Adam, brings me to my next question. How have you celebrated Ramadan so far? Because you've been in the police and that area so long, and what are your plans for celebrating Ramadan this year?
Well, look, going back last year, as we know with COVID, I was at Auburn. It was a little bit stop-start, unfortunately, and we had some of the public health orders in place. This year, more or less back to normality. But I'll talk about COVID in a minute. But I'm very engaged during the next month. I've got a number of iftar dinners with community leaders over the next couple of weeks that I'm looking forward to. But it's about getting that positive message out to the community to come and enjoy.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for that. You mentioned COVID in that conversation, and that, of course, is going to be an important aspect, not just for the people of the community members who are going and celebrating Ramadan and celebrating their times after the fast, breaking of the fast. It's also going to be a police management issue. How is the police handling or tackling this issue around the COVID and the celebration?
Well, look, at the moment, it's really up to community members to sort of manage themselves, okay? Much different to last year. But we still need to be vigilant as a community because there's no doubt that COVID is still in the community. We need to take care, be vigilant when engaging with family, friends in the community. So look, if you're feeling unwell or you've got symptoms of COVID, you need to go and get tested prior to engaging with others. And it's no different to us in the police station at the moment. We've got a couple of officers that are positive at the moment. They're not in the workplace, they're at home. We've got to be careful about it spreading around. And now, particularly during Ramadan, where a lot of communities and families come together, just be careful, just be vigilant that you don't get infected, you don't spread it.
And that kind of reminds me of a quote once I read somewhere, is that every civilian is a policeman without the uniform. So self-policing is something which is much more important. So if we notice something that is going wrong, if we feel unsafe for any particular reason, if something happens, is police doing anything extra, anything specific to make sure that things don't go wrong?
In relation to a policing response, but we'll just be there celebrating with people. We'll have police visible just in the normal course of our operations, but we're there to celebrate with you as well. And then to make sure people are and feel safe as well.
True. And when it comes to crime, when it comes to night and crime have a very, very close relationship with each other. But to put the spanner in the works, the Ramadan festivities also happen in the night as well. It's more like it's a combination which can sometimes go wrong. What have you noticed in that case in the past around the Ramadan time? Anything specific on the safety side of things, not necessarily the medical, but personal safety and avoiding to be in places where you can land in trouble? Is there some guidelines that you'd like to give us or share with us today?
Yeah, look, I'm not really aware of any specific problems. Look, there's a good feeling of goodwill in the air. People are there to celebrate. But at the end of the day, we've got to look out for each other as well. If you need the police, call out and we'll come and help you. All right? But I no, there's more people at night. There's more activity and whatever. But in relation to more crimes, not really. No, I'm not really worried about that. Crime rates locally are pretty stable at the moment. We're pretty happy with how things are travelling locally. And that's due to a lot of the good hard work of your local police, and not just in Bankstown, but across metropolitan Sydney also. But I think locally, just come and enjoy the festivities. And, it's a bit of respect as well. Show respect for your fellow community members.
Thank you. That is a very kind message. So, Adam, before I let you go in this conversation today, I would want to leave the stage with you and give out your message, speak your heart out, representing the New South Wales Police and, of course, the Bankstown Local Area Command.
Yeah, thank you. Look, I'd just like to take this opportunity to congratulate the Muslim community in not only the Bankstown area, but across metropolitan Sydney and New South Wales as well, on the commencement of the holy month of Ramadan. On behalf of the staff at my command and across the New South Wales Police Force, we'd like to wish you, your family and friends a blessed month of fasting. Ramadan Mubarak.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Adam. And I do take this message forward to my audiences through this platform. And audiences, I request you to move this word forward. Please share it with your friends and family. If at all you do need to get in touch with the police, you know exactly how to do that. Unless it is an emergency, please do not use 000. You can always call 131-444. Adam, thank you. Thank you for joining on behalf of entire team of Kehte, Sunte and the audiences. And thank you through you, I do thank New South Wales Police and the multicultural liaising officers who have made this conversation today possible.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. So, keep listening to Kehte Sunte, 89.3 FM, every Thursday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Only on, 89.3 2GLF FM, including Facebook streaming live as well as YouTube. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on our particular conversation of how you liked it. This is your host, Taufeeq Ahmed Sheikh, signing off.